It seems like everywhere you turn these days, somebody's got a new health hack.
Oh, no, right.
Keto this and celery juice that and intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, who has time for all of it?
Right.
But one thing that really piqued my curiosity, it was actually your request for a deep dive into gut health.
Oh, nice.
Specifically, Dr. William Davis's book, Super Gut.
It's a good one.
So it seems we're both kind of intrigued by this idea that our gut is like, I don't know, the control center for our well-being.
Yeah, and Super Gut really gets into the nitty-gritty of it.
Okay.
Really makes a case that our modern lifestyle is like
Yeah.
just destroying the trillions of bacteria that live in our gut
Trillions.
that he calls our microbiome.
That is a lot to wrap my head around. That's like more stars than there are in the Milky Way, probably.
I know, it's crazy.
So what's so revolutionary about Super Gut? I mean, it seems like everyone's talking about gut health these days.
Yeah, but Super Gut goes beyond that usual stuff about, like eating yogurt, fermented foods. It's like it really dives into the specifics of how modern life,
Yeah.
from processed food to overuse of antibiotics,
Mm-hmm.
is creating like a gut environment that leads to what he calls dysbiosis.
Dysbiosis.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is that?
Essentially, an imbalance in your gut bacteria.
Oh,
It's like, imagine your gut as a garden, right?
okay.
In a healthy gut, there's this diverse ecosystem of bacteria flourishing.
I like that. Yeah.
But with dysbiosis, it's like the weeds have taken over,
Oh,
crowding out the good plants, it's like disrupting the whole system.
okay, I see.
Yep.
So what happens when our gut is taken over by these quote-unquote weeds? What kind of problems can that cause?
Well, I mean, you've got the digestive issues like bloating and gas.
Right, right.
But dysbiosis has been linked to weight gain,
Oh, wow.
type 2 diabetes, even autoimmune diseases, even like mental health conditions,
No way.
anxiety and depression.
So are you saying that my gut bacteria could be affecting my mood?
There's a strong connection.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so walk me through this gut-brain connection.
Yeah.
Is it like an actual phone line between my stomach and my brain?
I mean, it's not a literal phone line, but it is a two-way communication highway between those two.
Fascinating.
A key player in that communication.
Yeah.
Our gut microbiome,
Of course. Of course.
your gut bacteria, produces all sorts of neurotransmitters,
Yeah.
including serotonin,
The mood regulator.
which plays a key role in, mood, obviously, but also sleep and appetite.
So my gut bacteria is like a little mood booster factory.
Well, sort of.
That's so cool. But if it gets out of balance, I mean, could that be why some people struggle with anxiety or brain fog or any of that?
Exactly.
This is all making sense now, but I have to admit it's a little overwhelming too. You know, if our modern lifestyle is so detrimental to our gut health,
Yeah.
where do we even begin to fix it?
Well, that's what's so great about Super Gut.
Yeah.
Dr. Davis offers like a roadmap to restoring gut health.
Yeah.
And it all starts with what we eat.
Food, my favorite subject.
I thought so.
I'm always up for trying new things,
Yeah.
especially if it means a better mood.
Right.
So what kind of dietary changes does he recommend?
Well, first of all, he emphasizes fermented foods.
Fermented foods. Okay. So we're talking like sauerkraut,
Sauerkraut.
yogurt.
Okay, good stuff.
There's a whole world of fermented stuff out there.
Like, what else is there?
Kimchi,
Okay.
kefir,
Oh, yeah.
kombucha, even natto.
Natto? I've never even heard of that one.
Oh, it's delicious.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's a Japanese fermented soybean dish.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So these foods, they're teeming with beneficial bacteria,
Oh, okay.
or what we call probiotics.
Right.
And that can help replenish the good guys in your gut.
Okay, so how do those probiotics work?
Well, it's not like, they're like little warriors fighting off the bad bacteria.
Right.
It's more like they're creating like a more hospitable environment.
For the beneficial bacteria to flourish.
Oh, okay.
So they help to crowd out the harmful bacteria
Gotcha.
and restore balance.
So it's about like diversifying the ecosystem in your gut.
Exactly.
Okay. Kind of like planting different kinds of flowers in a garden
Exactly.
to keep it healthy and vibrant.
Yeah. And just like plants need good soil,
Right.
our probiotics need prebiotics to flourish.
Wait, prebiotics? I've heard of those, but
Remind me.
remind me what those are again?
Basically, it's food for your probiotics.
Gotcha.
Types of fiber that your good gut bacteria love to munch on.
So it's like a two-pronged approach.
Yeah.
We're giving our gut bacteria reinforcements with the probiotics,
Yeah.
and then we're feeding them with prebiotics.
Exactly.
So where can I find these prebiotic superstars?
Well, you'll find them in tons of delicious plant-based foods.
Joke.
Like
Yeah.
onions,
Okay.
garlic, asparagus, bananas,
Okay.
Even chicory root, which is becoming like
Yeah.
a popular coffee alternative.
Really? I've seen that.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm loading up on veggies, fermented goodies.
Good.
I'm assuming there's more to it than just adding a few new things to my diet, though, right?
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
Dr. Davis advocates reducing processed foods, sugar, and refined carbs,
Right.
which are basically junk food for your gut bacteria.
Makes sense. Less junk food,
Yeah,
more gut-friendly fuel.
exactly.
So what does that look like a truly gut-friendly diet?
Think of like a plate filled with vibrant, colorful fruits and veggies,
Love it.
healthy fats,
Okay.
lean protein, plenty of fiber.
Okay.
Think leafy greens, berries,
Mm-hmm.
avocados, cruciferous veggies,
Okay.
like broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
Okay, now we're talking my language.
Right.
I love all of that stuff.
It's a balanced whole foods approach.
With a little extra emphasis on fermented foods
Yeah.
and prebiotic-rich veggies.
Right. And don't forget the polyphenols.
Poly what?
Polyphenols, those are those powerful antioxidants
Oh, right.
found in things like green tea, dark chocolate, colorful fruits.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But what about probiotic supplements? I mean, those are everywhere now.
Yeah.
Are they worth it, or is it better to just get our probiotics from food?
Well, Dr. Davis does recommend them, but he's very specific about it.
Okay.
He emphasizes choosing high-quality supplements
Okay.
with specific strains of bacteria tailored to your needs.
So not just grabbing any old bottle off the shelf.
Exactly. He even suggests considering like a microbiome test
Oh.
to see what strains you might be lacking.
Really? So like a personalized gut bacteria blueprint?
It's like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so personalized probiotics, that is fascinating.
Yeah.
It makes sense that our gut bacteria needs might be as unique as our fingerprints.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, Dr. Davis, he also addresses gut cleanses in the book, right?
Yes.
But he's not talking about those, like, intense ones, right?
Yeah, no. And not the harsh colon cleansing products.
Okay.
It's much gentler. It's about supporting your gut's natural detoxification process.
Okay.
He recommends things like green juices, herbal teas,
Well, nice.
and even the supplement glutamine, which helps repair the gut lining.
So it's more about nourishing and supporting the gut,
Yeah.
not blasting it with a fire hose.
Right.
Much better.
Working with your body, not against it.
I like that.
And, there's one more crucial element to gut health we haven't really talked about yet.
Okay, what's that?
Stress management.
Ugh, stress. The bane of my existence?
I know.
What does stress have to do with my gut?
Remember that gut-brain connection?
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
Oh.
When you're stressed, your brain sends signals to your gut which can, disrupt your microbiome,
Highly.
trigger inflammation.
So my deadline-induced freakouts
Right.
are wreaking havoc on my gut bacteria.
It's possible.
Okay, so it's not just about the big stressors.
Right.
Even everyday anxieties can impact my gut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why he emphasizes stress management techniques, mindfulness, yoga, deep breathing exercises.
So calm the mind.
Yeah.
Soothe the gut.
Yes,
It's all connected. Okay, I'm with you, but how does all of this work? Like scientifically, what's the science behind the gut's impact on our overall health?
Well, for starters, did you know that 70% of our immune system is located in the gut?
70%. I had no idea. I always thought of it as in our blood.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Okay.
But the gut is essentially on the front lines of our immune defense.
Wow.
And a healthy microbiome
Mm-hmm.
plays a critical role in training our immune cells
Oh, wow.
to know the difference between friend and foe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to keep them from overreacting to harmless substances.
So a balanced gut equals a balanced immune response.
You got it.
Okay.
And on top of that, remember those certain gut bacteria that produce essential nutrients?
Right, like those little mood-boosting factories.
Exactly.
We're churning out serotonin.
Well, they also produce B vitamins,
Okay.
which are crucial for energy and mood. And vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting.
So we rely on these little organisms to create vitamins for us.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
I love it.
We give them a home.
Hmm.
They give us essential support.
This is so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's making me rethink my entire approach to health.
Oh.
It's not just about what I eat,
Right. Yeah.
but also about managing stress and supporting my gut bacteria in all these different ways.
It all matters.
It's a whole new perspective.
It is.
But with so much to consider, I mean, I'm eager to start putting this knowledge into practice.
Good.
So what are some key takeaways from Super Gut
Okay.
that we can implement right away?
Well, I think one of the most appealing is making your own fermented foods at home.
DIY fermented foods.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's surprisingly easy,
Really?
and it ensures that you're getting like high-quality, potent probiotics.
So I can say goodbye to those overpriced store-bought brands.
Exactly. And remember those personalized probiotics we talked about. Look for supplements that have been third-party tested
Right.
for potency and purity, and check the label
Yep.
for specific strains of bacteria.
Okay.
And then do some research
Yeah.
to figure out which strains best suit your needs.
Research is key.
It is.
Okay, what about those gentle gut cleanses? Any specific tips for incorporating those?
He recommends green juices packed with nutrients,
Okay.
herbal teas to aid digestion, and glutamine supplements
Okay.
to help repair the gut lining.
So nourishing and supporting
Exactly.
the gut's natural detoxification process.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
I like it. I'm already feeling inspired to make some changes.
I love to hear that. Remember,
Yeah.
a healthy gut
Yeah.
is the foundation
Okay.
for a healthy body and mind.
I'm definitely feeling empowered to make my gut health a priority.
That's fantastic.
And I bet our listeners are too.
I hope so.
What's one of your favorite quotes from the book?
Oh, there's a good one.
Yeah.
He says, a healthy gut is the root of overall health, and without it, no other treatment will be as effective.
Wow, that is powerful.
Right.
It really underscores how essential gut health is.
It does.
Yeah, and the great thing is,
Yeah.
we have more control over our gut health than we often realize.
We do.
It starts with awareness, right?
Absolutely. Now that we understand the power of our gut and how it influences every single aspect of our well-being, we can make conscious choices to support it.
I love that. Taking ownership of our health
Yes.
and making gut health non-negotiable.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our deep dive into supergut. Before the break, we were talking about how empowering it is to realize we have more control over our gut health than we often think.
It really is.
Like, it's not just about taking a probiotic or
Wow.
adding some sauerkraut to our meal. It's really about understanding this complex ecosystem that we have within us
Yeah.
and how our choices impact it.
Absolutely. And Supergut doesn't just tell us what to do, it actually explains why.
Okay.
Like, for example, Dr. Davis talks about this perfect storm
Perfect storm.
for gut dysbiosis.
Oh, that sounds intense.
It is.
Like, what exactly are those forces that are messing with our microbiome so much?
Well, one of the biggest ones is our diet.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not a secret that we eat a lot of processed foods,
right.
sugary drinks, and artificial ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
But what Dr. Davis explains is that these things actually favor the growth of certain harmful bacteria in our gut.
So it's not just about what we're not eating, but also that those things are actually encouraging the bad bacteria.
It's like you're setting up the buffet for them.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you've got the overuse of antibiotics,
Right.
both in humans and in the animals that we consume.
Mm.
While antibiotics are essential in some cases, their overuse just like wipes out both the good and bad bacteria.
It's like we're carpet bombing the gut.
Yeah.
It just can't recover.
It leaves us vulnerable to even more dysbiosis.
And then, of course, there's the chronic stress that
Yeah.
so many of us are dealing with.
That's a big one.
I mean, we talked about the gut-brain connection.
Right.
So it's not surprising that stress just, like, sends these signals to the gut,
It really does.
triggers inflammation,
Mm-hmm.
further disrupts the microbiome,
So it's like this combination of the food,
Mhm.
the antibiotics, and the stress
creating this perfect storm
that's creating this perfect storm.
for gut dysbiosis.
And one of the consequences of that is that our gut bacteria is becoming less diverse.
Oh, okay. So, like, less
It
biodiversity.
has serious implications for our health.
It's like what's happening with the rainforests, right?
Exactly.
Like, as we lose the diversity,
Mm-hmm.
it weakens the whole ecosystem.
A healthy gut really relies on a diverse population of bacteria.
So why is that diversity so important?
It's like having a team of specialists.
Okay.
You know, you want a well-rounded team.
Yeah.
Some bacteria are good at breaking down fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Others are great at producing vitamins. And others regulate the immune system.
No, okay.
So when you don't have that diversity, you have weaknesses in the system.
Yeah, it's like if you're missing certain players,
Yeah.
the gut might not function as well.
And unfortunately, a lot of us are walking around with a microbiome that's just not that diverse.
Okay, so how do we know if our gut microbiome is diverse or not?
Well, there are tests available
Oh, wow.
that can analyze it for you.
Gut microbiome testing. So is that something that's recommended in the book?
He does mention it.
Okay.
It's like getting a personalized gut bacteria blueprint.
I mean, that would be so interesting to see, like, what's actually going on in there.
Yeah.
Well, even without the testing, just knowing about this perfect storm is helpful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at least then we can take some action.
It gives you a place to start.
Okay, so let's talk solutions.
Let's do it.
What can we do to, like, counteract these negative influences and cultivate a more diverse gut?
Well, like we talked about, diet is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing a variety of whole, unprocessed foods.
Those colorful veggies?
Exactly.
Okay.
What about antibiotics, though?
I mean, I know they're necessary sometimes, but can
Yeah.
we do anything to lessen their impact?
Well, he really emphasizes only using them when absolutely necessary
Okay.
and talking to your doctor about supporting gut health
Okay.
during and after a course of antibiotics.
Okay, so if I do have to take them, what can I do to help my gut recover?
Well, probiotics are really helpful in those situations, just to
Yeah.
kind of like replenish the good bacteria
Quickly.
and fermented foods and prebiotics
Yes.
to really encourage that repopulation.
Got it. So give the gut some extra love
Ask her.
after antibiotics. And of course,
And stress management.
stress management.
You've got to manage that stress.
Okay, so we've got diet, antibiotics, and stress.
Mm-hmm.
What about other things in our environment that can impact our gut health?
Yeah, one thing that we often overlook is environmental toxins.
Toxins.
Yeah.
Like in the air and water.
Yeah, pollutants,
Okay.
pesticides, heavy metals, they can all disrupt the microbiome.
Wow.
But also, think about the things we put on our bodies.
Right.
Chemicals in cleaning products,
Oh, yeah.
personal care products, even certain medications.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, so it's really about making conscious choices.
Okay.
Dr. Davis calls it a gut-conscious lifestyle.
I like that.
It's like building a protective bubble around your gut.
I love it. Okay, but I have to admit, it's a lot to think about.
It is.
Where do we even start?
Start small. You don't have to overhaul your entire life at once.
Okay.
Just make one change.
Yeah.
Maybe swap out a conventional cleaning product
Yeah.
for a natural one,
Okay.
or add a serving of fermented foods.
One step at a time.
Exactly.
I like it. Okay, so back to the book. What other, like, really interesting things did you find?
Well, one that I thought was fascinating was how our gut microbiome actually changes throughout our lives.
Oh, really? So it evolves.
It does.
That's so interesting.
For example, infants have very different gut bacteria than adults.
Oh, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, they're getting their initial bacteria from their mothers.
Right, through birth and breastfeeding.
Exactly.
So their bacteria are more geared towards digesting milk.
And building their immune system.
Yeah, very different from, like, a kimchi-loving adult.
Very different.
So as we age, then, does our microbiome change?
It does. It naturally becomes less diverse,
Okay.
which can contribute to age-related health issues.
Or it becomes even more important to pay attention to it as we get older.
Yeah.
What about people who are dealing with, like, serious gut issues already?
Mm-hmm.
Does Dr. Davis have any suggestions for them?
He does. He actually dedicates a lot of the book to addressing specific conditions like IBS, leaky gut,
Okay.
even autoimmune diseases.
So what's his approach to those?
Well, he really emphasizes getting to the root cause of the problem,
Okay.
not just treating the symptoms.
Okay.
So he gives specific recommendations for diet and lifestyle changes,
Mhm.
supplements that can help.
So it's very personalized.
Very personalized.
Okay, I like that.
And he stresses the importance of working with a healthcare provider
Right?
to make sure you're addressing any underlying conditions.
Okay, so it's really about teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I love it. I'm so inspired to learn more
That's great.
about my own gut health.
Yeah.
Before we move on, though, what's one key takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
I think just remembering that your gut microbiome is really powerful and it plays a role in your overall health.
Yeah.
So by making informed choices
Yeah.
about your diet, lifestyle, and environment, you can really support a healthy gut.
I love that. Okay, so we're going to take a quick pause to gather our thoughts.
Sounds good.
And when we come back, we'll continue exploring Dr. Davis's fascinating insights.
Can't wait.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
We're back.
Our exploration of Dr. William Davis's super gut has been, quite the journey.
It has.
We've gone from this microscopic world of the gut microbiome
Yeah.
to, like, the impact of modern life on its delicate balance.
It's amazing how much is going on in there.
It's incredible how much we're learning about this universe that we have inside of us.
It's powerful, that's for sure.
So, as promised, let's get into some specific strategies from Supergut that can help us, like, cultivate a thriving gut.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes, let's get tactical. I'm ready to put this knowledge into action
Right.
and start making some changes.
Well, like we've said, diet is really the foundation. Dr. Davis lays out this thing that he calls the super gut diet.
Okay.
It's a way of eating that really nourishes those beneficial bacteria
I like it.
and helps restore that balance.
All right, break it down for me.
Okay.
What are the key principles?
It's all about prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods with lots of fiber and fermented goodness.
Okay, so we're talking like,
Picture your plate just overflowing
yeah.
with colorful vegetables, fruits,
Okay, I love that.
legumes, nuts, and seeds.
I can get behind that.
It's really delicious.
Yeah. Okay, so what about the foods that we should like avoid or limit?
He's really clear about reducing sugar,
Okay.
processed foods,
Huh.
and refined grains.
They're like the gut disruptors.
They are.
Oh,
Yeah,
and-
they feed the bad bacteria.
Gotcha. Less junk food, more gut-friendly fuel.
Exactly.
It just makes sense.
It does.
Okay, but fermented foods, I mean, how do we work those into our routine?
Well, that's the fun part.
Okay.
You can experiment with
Yeah.
all different kinds of fermented foods and figure out what you really like.
Like what?
Well, we talked about yogurt and kimchi,
Right, right.
but there's also kefir, kombucha,
Oh, yeah.
sauerkraut,
Mm-hmm.
fermented pickles, even natto.
Natto. I'm telling ya, I need to try that.
It's delicious.
Okay.
It's a traditional Japanese fermented soybean dish.
Okay. I'm adding that to my list.
Do it.
Okay. Do you have any tips for like choosing high quality fermented foods?
Look for the ones that are traditionally fermented and unpasteurized,
Okay.
because pasteurization can kill off the good bacteria.
So it's got to be the real deal.
The real deal.
All right. And prebiotics. How do we make sure we're getting enough of those?
Well, like we said, there are tons of plant-based foods, onions, garlic, leeks,
Okay.
asparagus, bananas, Jerusalem artichokes.
Oh, I love those.
They're so good for you.
They are.
But he also suggests supplementing with prebiotic fibers
Okay.
like inulin
Okay.
and FOS.
FOS?
Yep, it stands for fructooly disaccharides.
Oh, okay. So inulin and FOS. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Supplements. Does he recommend any like beyond probiotics and prebiotics?
He does. He's a big fan of digestive enzymes.
Digestive enzymes. I've seen those at the store.
Yeah, they help to improve your digestion and nutrient absorption.
Oh, okay.
So if you have problems with bloating or gas,
Okay.
those can be really
So
helpful.
they kind of help like break down the food.
Yeah, they break down those food molecules into smaller components that are easier to digest.
Makes things easier on the gut.
Right, so your gut can function more efficiently.
Okay.
And then he also recommends L-glutamine.
L-glutamine. What's that?
It's an amino acid,
Okay.
and it helps to repair the gut lining
Okay.
and supports your immune system.
Oh, okay. L-glutamine. Got it. Any other gut-boosting supplements?
One more that's worth mentioning is butyrate.
Okay.
It's a short-chain fatty acid.
Okay.
It's produced by those good bacteria in your gut.
Okay.
It's a key player in reducing inflammation
Okay.
and supporting that gut barrier function.
Okay.
It even regulates appetite.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is.
There's a whole like pharmacy in there.
I know, right?
Okay, so supplements. But we have to remember, they're not a magic bullet.
All right. It's really important to talk to your doctor
Yeah.
before starting any new supplement regimen.
Okay, so beyond diet and supplements, there's lifestyle, right?
Yes, lifestyle is huge.
And that's where stress management and sleep come in.
Absolutely.
I mean, stress is just, it's everywhere.
It is.
So how can we manage stress to help our gut?
Well, he's a big proponent of things like meditation
Okay.
and deep breathing exercises.
Okay, those are always good.
He also recommends getting out in nature,
Oh, love that.
exercising regularly,
Yeah.
and doing things that you actually enjoy.
So it's about finding like
Yeah.
what works for you.
And making it a habit.
Yeah, and sleep.
Sleep is so important.
That's a big one.
Yeah, a lack of sleep can actually disrupt your microbiome
Really?
and increase inflammation.
It all just like comes back around, doesn't it?
Full circle.
Sleep, stress,
It's all
diet.
connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this has been a truly eye-opening deep dive into supergut.
I agree.
I feel like I have a whole new understanding of the power of my gut
Yeah.
and how to take better care of it.
Right.
But before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
what is like one final question that you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I think the most important question to ask yourself is,
Yeah.
what small change can I make today to start improving my gut health?
I love that. It doesn't have to be anything drastic.
Exactly.
Just one small change.
Yeah,
I think that's a great place to end it.
it is.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into supergut.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you learned something new today
I hope so.
and feel empowered to nurture your amazing microbiome.
It's worth it.
Remember, a healthy gut is a happy gut, and a happy gut is the foundation for a healthier and happier you.
So true.
Thanks for tuning into Chapter 2, where we break down the best books to fuel your growth and learning. If this book caught your interest, check out the links in the description to get the audiobook at no cost. Don't miss out and support our channel while you dive deeper into these life-changing reads. See you in the next episode.